It's earnings season, with 180 of the S&P 500 and 14 of the Dow set to report their earnings in the coming days, such as Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook's Meta, Intel, PepsiCo, Merck, Eli Lilly, ExxonMobil, and many others. The markets are primarily driven by earnings. That's why earnings per share is such an important metric. We can see the projection for calendar year 2023 to be slightly higher than calendar year 2022 and even higher in 2024. When looking at earnings per share growth, even though Q2 2023 expects negative earnings per share growth, it's much less than it was in Q1 2023. This means earnings per share growth is actually growing, and it should peak out in Q1 2024, at least for the first wave. When looking forward into markets, it's important to understand that earnings drive price, and increases in price drive investor attention. Increased earnings mean more people are interested in investing and trading. And we can see, for the next quite a few quarters, the expectation of positive earnings growth is being baked into the economic system. The banks are having a very turbulent time, but they're actually posting record profits. Credit Suisse just posted one of the biggest banking profits of all time. This is flowing into the market. Earnings are on track for a slight beat, driven by financials. It's very important to contextualize when you see a chart. Statistically, this chart is correct. Falling earnings growth may weigh on US equities, but when we look at it in context, it's not actually the case. That negative earnings growth in earnings per share is getting less and less and less. You can see it, Q1 2023. Earnings growth contracted substantially. Q2, there is a minor contraction, yes, and that's what that graph was previously talking about. But when we look at the gap between Q1 and Q2 of 2023, you can see things are starting to turn around. This is exactly why we must analyze very broadly. I do this deep research every single day, 7 days a week, so that you have context on the markets and you can actually analyze the headings of news stories with much more confidence. We can see that on Monday, the 24th of April, 236 companies are reporting their earnings. On the 25th, 333 companies are reporting earnings, and then it becomes 433, 597, and on Friday, 158. It is earnings season. Through the CTKS method, we look at objective dynamic market structure. We know where the smart money buy and sell levels are inside the market. And when looking at the S&P 500, we can see from our projected state that the S&P 500 is tracking mainly neutral, with a slight bullish bias. We always do three-dimensional thinking and employ our daily three-dimensional risk management codes. What I've done is to project the CTKS code, if you like, into the future towards the end of the month, so you can better understand where price is moving. The conservative bearish estimate for the S&P 500 is 39.87. The neutral case is 41.36. These are end-of-month closeout estimates. And the bullish case is 42.42. Looking at Apple, we saw Apple sell down recently, now moving more towards the bullish case. The estimate for the end of the month closeout for Apple from a bearish perspective, 156. From a neutral perspective, 163, and from a bullish perspective, 172. These estimates are not simply lines just drawn on a chart. They obey the Stanfield levels, or SLs. There is some weakness in the IT sector, and Bitcoin is showing a slight bearish bias, but it's pretty much neutral at the current time. We know that Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity. If the stock market goes up, we would expect Bitcoin and all of crypto to come up with it. Looking towards our estimates, Bitcoin is currently trading at 27,462. For a neutral closeout on the month, we would expect around the 28,000. For a bearish closeout, around 23,500. And for a bullish closeout, 33,300. This is literally a visual representation of your daily three-dimensional risk management code. One thing that we want to see is the DXY coming down. Why do we want to see that? Because when the DXY comes down, equities and crypto go up. Also, gold tends to get favored, especially if yields come down with the DXY. We are seeing a bearish bias to the DXY so far, and if that continues, an end-of-month closeout around 100,464 could be on the cards. Remember, these are conservative estimates. If we get panic inside the market, we would expect these conservative estimates to be broken. We actually want to look if panic enters. The DXY is currently 101,322. If we're looking at a neutral closeout for the DXY, we would expect the price to be around the 101,967 mark, and a bullish close to the DXY, given all of the market structure that's inherent in the DXY at the moment, we would expect 103,556. In previous episodes, we mentioned that if the DXY comes down, that could be very good for gold, especially if it's witnessed by falling yields. What we're starting to see is slight upward momentum inside gold. Gold is currently trading at $19.91 and 60 cents. In accordance with market structure, if we have a bearish case on gold, we would expect a closeout at the end of the month around the 1974 level. A neutral closeout would be around the $2,005 mark, and a bullish closeout around 2048. Masterclass students, it's really important that you look at the chart that I give you in TM6 each day. Here we can see the VIX is starting to turn around. It's not a definitive break of trend, but it's weakening. The downtrend is weakening inside the VIX. We can also see that the DXY is selling down. That's putting positive pressure on gold, and we can see yields coming down as bond prices come up. The crypto market loves to follow Bitcoin, and well done for everybody who said there was an association yesterday. Yes, there is. If Bitcoin makes a bearish play for the end of month, we would expect the alts to make a bearish play. If it just goes flatline, just neutral, we would expect crypto to basically go neutral, potentially neutral with a bit of upside bias, because that tends to happen as well. And if we get a bullish closeout on Bitcoin at the end of the month, we would expect the alts to go bullish. So let's have a look at a couple. Looking at Ethereum and applying the CTKS method, we can see our daily three-dimensional risk management playing out across the chart. Ethereum is currently trading at $18.39 and 42 cents. If Ethereum closes out the month on a conservative bearish basis, we would expect prices around the 1686 mark. If it closes out neutral, we would expect 1838. And if price closes out bullish, we would expect around the 2311 mark. We can see that Ethereum tried to go bullish, but came down with Bitcoin's gravity. Let's have a look at DOGE, which is currently trading at 788. A bearish close would take DOGE down to 692, a neutral to 798, and a bullish close for the end of the month out to 904. You can see how the S&P 500 and Bitcoin have basically gone in the same direction, primarily neutral. Bitcoin has a little bit of negative bias at the current time because of the material weakness in the IT sector. Masterclass students, a really good chart to keep your eye on is the one that I share in TG34 as well. We can see the number of Bitcoin margin shorts coming down. The shorts are starting to lose steam. If the longs start to pile in, we could see a short spike liquidation, which would push price up quite dramatically. All financial markets are intercorrelated and interdependent. If we see increased numbers of earnings beats this earnings season, the shorts will need to cover their positions because the longs could very well pile in. Short spike liquidations create these massive buy-ups, and long liquidations create these massive moves down. It's important to understand how the shorts and the longs interrelate to each other. The markets can shift and change in a heartbeat, so that's why you need to be fairly flexible. One thing that I want to point out to you, BNB, Binance Coin, is showing a lot of positive momentum recently. This typically happens when people come back into the crypto market. BNB is a really good indicator of risk on or risk off behavior. The other thing that I want to point out, Litecoin can get really light as Bitcoin actually recovers, and we're seeing a lot of recovery-based action in Litecoin at the moment. Over time, I've seen LDO start to recover as Bitcoin recovers also, and we're seeing that stacking of probabilities. Always do your three-dimensional thinking, and it's critically important to apply active learning to the markets. I want to reach out and just say to Edwin, you're so incredible, as is Tiana as well. Edwin and Tiana love to actively learn inside the comments on YouTube. Exceptional work. We know that we control the trade or investment, but it's the market that controls the return, and that return is always based on your active learning, your knowledge and your courage. The market always penalizes blame and gambling. It's also why, as a community, we focus on positive excellence. Professional traders and investors don't actually focus on the money. The money is the output of the right process. When people get into trading and investing for the first time, all they focus on is the money, and that creates massive fear-based problems. Sleepless nights, horrible feelings when the market goes down, but the concept is the market is always moving in a wave. That's why when I draw out these projection lines, they're just not a straight line. They're wavy because price is always moving in a wave. You can be on the wrong side of the trade, but make money if you're on the right side of the percentage. If you would like for me to explain this concept more, please say in the comments, "Explain more," and I will be happy to in upcoming episodes. It's hard to be decent in an indecent world. It's hard to be kind in an unkind world. But one thing that we want to always bear in mind, it's not about the world, it's about us. You have the power over your own life. You can think any which way you want. You can build your life, and just as easily, unfortunately, you can destroy it. What is the engine of our life? It is our mind. What controls the mind? Our habits do. If you develop the habit of kindness with strength and boundaries, you will see your entire life turn around. You'll find kindness in other people. A lot of people have lost faith in others, but the truth is, people are inherently good. You only need to see anything related to a disaster, a car accident, just anything where other people are in trouble. And what do other people do? They come to those people's aid. It's also important to be kind from your heart. If you're fake kind, it just doesn't work. You need to be real. One way that you can do this just in your everyday life, in fact, let's just do a 24-hour challenge. For the next 24 hours, catch people doing something correct, something right, not something wrong. And when you catch them, praise them. That is kindness in motion. This can be particularly difficult if you're critical by nature, but it's worth it. Kindness pays returns that you could never get from any financial market. Kindness is the driving force behind gratitude. We can literally either be entitled or grateful. Therefore, in the next 24 hours, use your superpower of gratitude to be kind to others and, of course, be kind to yourself. Please, in the comments, let me know what kind of techniques that you want to apply. As a global family, we all help each other out. We know that better habits create a better life. If you want a better life, all you need are better habits. That's it. It's that simple. One of the best habits that you can get is to do daily positive affirmations for abundance, financial success, and happiness. And that's what the CTKS Creed is all about. It's been a while since I've read it out, so let's go for it. The I is you, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's get into it. I know the universe is designed to make me succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities in life reset daily. I am worthy, I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. I always solve my problems with positive excellence. We know that all results come from the mind, therefore a better mind creates better outcomes through better habits, and there's no better habit than to do these daily positive affirmations. Kate and I are always seeking to enhance what we do for you each and every day. In the comments section, please let me know what could advantage you most. Is there a particular topic that you would like us to cover off? Is there something that you would like to see more of and maybe something you would like to see less of? Please let us know in the comments. We're really looking forward to your thoughts. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.